I gotta be honest, Dad. This tastes so much like a Stag Junior.
It really does.
So much like a Stag Junior.
Stag or Stag Junior, yeah. Welcome back to Bourbon Theory. I'm Bill.
I'm Josh. And today, there's a very special bottle in front of us.
Yes, in front of you.
Yes. This is a Willett Family Estate 12-year bourbon.
Yes.
It is 120.8 proof.
120.8, yes.
Bang.
This is barrel 772. We tried to do a little research on it, and
To try to figure out exactly how old it was.
yes.
We did not find that information, but we can tell you that Dad paid $165 at the distillery.
At the shack.
Yeah, the
before
shack.
Before it was what it is today.
Yeah.
Long before it was what it is today.
So, relatively speaking, 10 years old or more since it's been in the bottle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, there's no telling.
And so we saw one price for it, but it's not available for
$3,000.
Yeah, $2,997.
Yeah.
But you are going to see us taste it because we just cracked it.
We did.
You are going to see us taste it very soon.
Because, like we say, nothing in this room is off limits.
That's right.
Nothing in this room is off limits.
It was bought to drink.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. So,
So, excuse me, I have had a sneezing fit
yes.
recently.
You just sneezed like 14 times in a row.
That is a nice dark amber bourbon right there.
Yeah.
This is like the original purple top. This is like shortly after they stopped doing the wax tops, I think.
Yeah.
As I recall.
We tried to look up and see when that happened. We also couldn't find anything there.
Yeah, just quick. We were doing quick lookups.
That's the problem with bourbon is that until like 6 years ago, well, at this point, 8 years ago, like the 2018-ish mark, 2017, 2018, there weren't really articles about bourbon.
Right.
It wasn't really a huge deal then, like it is now.
Yeah.
So
I bet Fred could tell us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Minnick would know.
Yes.
Whew. Sends my nose hairs there.
Got some rye in it.
A little bit. So I am a little worried about this because most Willett product I do not like.
Well, they're base stuff you don't like. They're base stuff. They're older stuff you do tend to.
And funny enough, the pot still from 2024 actually kind of liked it. But you know what? That was early in our channel. That was early in my palate development.
And that's a very sweet, that's a dessert pour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is funny because so many people are like, oh, it tastes like burnt crap.
Yeah. That's a completely different, I feel a little short on my pour here.
So sorry.
And yeah, it's only $165. So.
So who cares? Who cares? Pour it up. So I'm really oxygenating my pour here.
Fake cork.
There you go, synthetic cork. Honestly, the best kind of cork you can have.
By the way, this is bottle number 49 of 132. So this was a pretty short barrel.
Yeah.
132 bottles.
It's 12 years old.
Yeah.
So it can't be super heavy, you know. You want to get into the nose here?
It's hard for me to trust mine as much sneezing as I've been doing, but
I'm having a little bit of an allergy day.
I'm getting rye, a rye spice off of it.
Yeah, there is some rye in there.
Like a cane sugar.
I'm very happy to smell rye because what do I get on most Willett products?
Yeah,
malted barley.
Yeah.
And we are very famously not malted barley fans.
So here's the thing too. This was distilled in Kentucky, but bottled by Willett.
Oh.
This is old
So this
enough.
is before they were making their own stuff.
Well, this is shortly after they restarted.
Reopened, yeah.
Yes. So they were buying from someone else.
And if you guys know who that someone else is,
Yeah.
let us know.
I mean, you know,
You know what? We should try and guess. As we taste it, we'll guess. And certainly someone who watches this will know. They can let us know. Definitely a high rye. Although I'm getting a little bit of that chocolatey thing that's known to come off some Willett product.
I'm looking for this. I'm looking for the sweet oak that comes off of turkey.
I'm not getting that.
I'm not getting that either. I'm also not getting. I'm not getting the Heaven Hill because they are really close together from a logistic standpoint.
You're not?
Not.
Because we recently did the grain to glass bourbon. That was super high rye. And what did we not really get on that nose?
A lot of oak.
And what did we also not really get? Not a lot of sweetness.
Right, not a lot of sweetness. But I mean, this is 20 years between them.
Between them, yeah.
At least 20 years.
Nose is a little ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hard to nail down.
It's there's an ethanol there that's coming off of it for sure.
I mean, there's a lot of rye on the nose. Like a lot of rye.
Yeah.
On the nose.
Rye is if I had to pick one thing out of this, it would be rye.
Yeah. I feel like I'm getting a small little hint of like a really thick molasses thing going on.
I'm getting a berry off of it. A berry fruit. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a berry fruit off of it.
Okay. I might be on board with you here. So, if we're talking 10 years ago, minimum, 2015, and we're just barely in 2025 here. So that could be 2014. What distillery still did some sourcing and wasn't as big a deal as it is right now?
Well, I think they were all, to some level, doing something.
Some sourcing. Doing some contract distilling, rather.
Yeah.
But what distillery is known for their grape notes?
Grape notes? Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace.
But they're not known for rye.
No.
But if they're doing to a specific mash bill.
Exactly. And they are kind of known for their ryes, at least their spice, with their Stag lineup and their George T Stag lineup.
True.
Those have some spice and have a little rye on them.
Robocall, excuse me.
I think we should sip.
I think so too.
To your health.
That rye is way in there.
Wow. Oh my God.
Way in there.
Whew. My left eye's watering a little bit.
There's some barley in this mash bill too.
There is. It's a little dry.
Yeah, it's a little bit drying. There's oak.
Mm-hmm.
There's a heavy impact of oak here.
Yeah. A lot.
Are you getting anything nutty?
I don't want to say yes or no yet. That first hit was pretty proofy.
Yeah.
And look, we drink high proof stuff often.
Yes.
And that proof hit is unlike anything I've had for a while. The last time I had a proof hit like this was before my palate was really accustomed to it. And it was the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof 133.5 rye we had. And that really hit me pretty hard. This is hitting me at that same level but this is 5 months
Yeah.
removed from
120.8.
from not being, accustomed to it. I'm proof to me now. You got to be high 130s for it to really hit home. But so for this at 120.8 to hit home,
it's hitting. Okay, that really opened up some sweetness. That
yes,
one
it
drop.
did.
Honey, vanilla.
Yeah, it's lighter sweetness tones here.
Are you getting anything? I think I said this. Are you getting anything nutty here?
A little, but it's not a peanut.
I'm not getting any kind of wheat off this. And what I'm doing is I'm looking geographically at what
Kentucky,
distilleries are
yeah.
around them. So,
And it could be MGP, but they weren't.
no, it's distilled in Kentucky.
Okay, so it
Distilled
can't
in
be
Kentucky,
MGP.
so it's not MGP. I mean, they're not far from Maker's Mark, but that's a wheat.
No, yeah,
Um,
and I don't know that Maker's Mark has ever done any contract distilling.
I'm not aware of any. But hey, when times are tough,
Yeah,
right?
do what you got to do. All right, sip 2.
Yes. This really hits above its proof.
It does. Closer to 130, maybe like the 128-ish.
135-ish. This
It's
really
hot.
does.
It's really hot. It's nice though.
It is.
I'm very happy that I don't hate it.
Yeah. For $165, it's a darn great bottle.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, nowadays these are like 500 plus.
Well, yeah, for today's, and this one, like I said, we looked at it, online, and it was $3,000. Now, would I pay $3,000 for this? No,
No,
would not.
nothing is worth $3,000 as far as whiskey and bourbon goes.
Although I would like to try Double Eagle Very Rare.
Yeah,
So
that'd be nice. This, I'm gonna be honest, Dad. If I had to lean in a direction as far as where this came from, I'm leaning Buffalo Trace.
yeah, I agree that bit of grape note
Mm-hmm.
comes in there.
And that heat, because we've got a 2023 George T. Stagg open right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's 135 proof. Let me tell you, it drinks hotter than that.
Yeah,
And we've got a Stagg Junior open at 129.7. And let me tell you, it drinks way hotter than that. So
Yep.
this is a hot drinker. It's got some spice to it. It's got a little bit of a fruitiness. It's got a little bit of like a caramel style sweetness, and it's got that oak impact.
yeah. This is not a turkey product, which again is pretty close to geographically to where
Yeah.
they are.
It's not OFO. Doesn't
No.
taste anything like an OFO.
No. And Ofo don't put anything out that's at high proof. So, well, I mean, yeah, a couple of things.
They have, but it's rare.
All right, so I got to put a rating on this. I got to put a grade on it.
I think I could take another sip before we do that.
So the water toned it just a touch, but not much.
I gotta be honest, Dad. This tastes so much like a Stagg Junior.
It really does.
So much like a Stagg Junior.
Stagg or Stagg Junior, yeah. It really, really does. And it would put it in that wheelhouse
Mm-hmm.
from a price standpoint, from a regular retail. Of course, Stagg back in those days was $99.99. Today it's $150,
But a Junior back then was what?
$60,
Yeah.
50 to $60.
Yeah. Now it's like 80. I
I
mean, I really hope we get some comments on this because I'd love to know.
oh yeah, would love to know more about this.
And I'm sure they probably source from multiple different places. But this tastes so much like a
barrel,
Stagg.
This one, 772.
Yep.
Yeah.
Barrel 772.
It really does. Tastes a lot like a
Yeah.
Stagg, Stagg Junior, Baby Stagg, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. Where you at with your rating?
I'm a B.
I am as well.
I'm a
I
straight
am
B.
as well. The Staggs have a heavier fruitiness that comes on them,
Mm-hmm.
and this is more of the oak impact that
Yes.
comes through.
Or
And
open
not,
rye.
and not to say it's bad.
No.
It's just it's a slightly different profile.
Yes. Yes.
Which would make sense, because if they sold this barrel, it wouldn't, if this was supposed to be earmarked for a Stag Junior or a George T. Stag, they wouldn't have sold it.
Right. Right.
And if it is Buffalo Trace, that makes sense. We're like, maybe not quite up to our standards with that. Because the only other mash bill and bottle I could see this matching up with would be like a Rock Hill Farms. But that would have to be heavily proofed down and then blended.
Exactly.
And blended with something a lot sweeter.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So it would make sense if that was Buffalo Trace.
I mean, there's a sweetness to this.
It's just not the main thing.
No.
And a lot of Buffalo Trace products, the main thing is sweetness.
Sweet, grape, yes.
Yeah. Caramel and grape.
And not a lot of rye. This has got a lot of rye in it.
It does.
This has got a nice lot of rye.
Spice. Yeah.
So
I am happily surprised that I like it.
So have you had it? Have you had any Willett?
Have you had barrels
from this era?
772?
And if you have, let us know.
Yeah. We'd love to know.
Sure. Absolutely we would. And, let us know what you think about it. If you've got more research on it from where it came from, let us know.
Yeah.
Love to know that too.
It's hard to find information on bottles that's old.
Yeah, it really is. It really, really is.
Anybody at Willett out there, you got a contact with them. But I would love some information on this.
But let me say this too. So if you go back 10, 12 years when I got this, and you look at it and it was $165, and you go, wow, that's a fair amount of money. And now you look at it 10, 12, 15 years later, and you look at $3,000, and you say,
it's a fair investment.
Pretty fair investment. If this is your jam, if this is what you're into.
Yeah. Yeah. And to be honest, since it tastes like a Stag or a George T. Stag, this is kind of what we're into.
That is.
It's hard to not like Stag Junior or
really
George T. Stag.
So,
it's one of the most popular pours out there.
I mean, we said it.
165.
165. There you go. And I picked it up in the shack. You had to walk up 10 steps to get to it. That's what Willett was back in the day.
The shack is still there.
Yes.
If you go there and you go to their tasting room and where you go in to check in for your tours and stuff, it's right there.
Yeah, the shack's over there.
Just behind it to the left a little bit.
Yep.
So. All right, guys.
They've upgraded.
I am happy that I like it.
Yeah. And I'm happy that I said, hey, let's open this one up for a single bottle review.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea.
So
thank you guys so much for being here with us. Any information on this bottle or bottles of this age, barrel 772, probably 10 plus years since it was purchased.
Yeah.
Let us know.
And hey, if you got something like this and you want to look at, swapping something around.
Yeah. Do some sample swaps.
Our email address is in there.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Contact bourbontheory@gmail.com. Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
So
thanks for being with us.
And as always, like great bourbon, our videos get better with time.
We'll stay uncut and unfiltered for you. And please take care of yourselves.